Puffin Pals. Their names were Morag and Maggie, both 9 years old. They had become friends at infant school when they discovered they shared a birthday. Each year since then, they held a joint celebration. This particular birthday was special. Both girls had wrapped presents for the other, giddy with the secret of what was inside. "You go first," Morag urged, handing over the carefully tied parcel. "No, you," Maggie insisted, pushing hers forward. They giggled, eyes sparkling, and tore through the wrapping together. A moment later, silence. Then laughter bubbled up from both of them as they held up identical puffin brooches. Tiny ceramic birds, wings outstretched, black and white with orange beaks. "You got me a puffin too," Maggie squealed. "They're my favourite bird," Morag cried. "They're our favourite bird," Maggie corrected with a grin. And so, those puffin brooches became their symbol. They wore them on jackets, clipped them to school satchels, and even tried, unsuccessfully, to pin them to their swimming costumes during school outings to Loch Ness. But when Maggie's father was offered a job in Newcastle, everything changed. The girls hugged tightly at the train station, salty tears mixing with the smell of the new diesel trains. "Don't forget me," Maggie whispered. "I never will," Morag promised, fingers brushing the puffin pinned to her coat. 60 years later. Life had been full. Marriages, children, careers, losses. Morag lived in the same house she and her husband had bought in the 70s. But now the rooms echoed with quiet memories. Duncan had died the previous year, and their daughter Isla had her own family in Glasgow. She'd visit as often as she could and was concerned that her mum spent so much time on her own. "You need to get out, Mum. You used to love meeting people." Morag forced a thin smile and sipped her tea. Then came the idea of the Friendship Bus, a community service for older adults feeling isolated, designed to bring them together through monthly outings. "Just try it once," her daughter coaxed. "It's just a wee tour out to Rosemarkie with a bite to eat at the beach cafe." To please her daughter, Morag agreed, and Isla called the number to book her place. On Monday, the white minibus with an orange stripe and a painted smiley face on the bonnet rolled to a stop outside her house. Morag boarded and the driver helped her to get settled into a window seat. As the bus wound its way through the streets of Inverness, it stopped at each designated pickup point. The seats gradually filled with chatty passengers, some in pairs, some alone, many like Morag, uncertain at first but soon smiling. At one stop near the river, the bus halted and the driver helped an elderly woman in a wheelchair onto the rear ramp. She was wrapped cosily in a tartan shawl and wore thick glasses, and there was something striking about her presence. Dignified, warm. As she lowered the shawl, Morag glanced over, curious. Her eyes had caught on the small shape glinting from the woman's lapel. A puffin brooch. Her heart gave a strange fluttering skip. She clutched at her own jacket. She had decided that morning to wear the brooch, though she wasn't sure why. Maybe for courage, maybe for comfort. Now it seemed like fate. The woman in the wheelchair met Morag's gaze, eyes narrowing. A smile began to tug at the corners of her mouth. "I know this might sound mad," the woman said hesitantly, "but did you once live on Duncraig Street back in the 50s? Morag blinked, heart pounding. "Yes, you're not Maggie?" Maggie let out a laugh that trembled with emotion. "I didn't think I'd ever see you again." The bus had paused long enough for their quiet reunion to draw a few curious glances, But neither woman noticed. They reached out, hands clasping, years folding in on themselves like a well-loved letter. I moved back up last year, Maggie explained as the bus rolled on. After Donald passed, my daughter thought it'd be good to be near family. She's the one who found the friendship bus. Mine too, Morag smiled. Isla practically forced me. I wasn't sure about it at first, Maggie admitted, but it's been a blessing. I've met some wonderful people. It's funny how something so small, like a puffin brooch, can lead you back to your past. Or your future, Morag said gently. The rest of the journey was spent in joyful recollection of birthdays shared, brooches exchanged, hopscotch games, and summers at the loch. They laughed like girls again, the weight of the years lifting for a little while. At the beach cafe where the friendship bus stopped, Morag and Maggie joined a table of others. Some regulars, some new. Conversations flowed easily. Oh, there was no shortage of stories, no shortage of kindness. The tea was hot, the cake sweet, and the company warm. As the outing came to a close and the bus returned passengers to their homes, Morag turned to Maggie. We should do this again. Maggie nodded. How about tea and cakes at my house? If you're up for it. I am, Morag said, her voice steady with a happiness she hadn't felt in years. And this time, I'm not letting 60 years go by. The bus rumbled through the streets of Inverness, carrying old friends, new friendships, and the promise that it's never too late for life to surprise you. And on two lapels, side by side, two puffin brooches gleamed in the fading light.